Hey y'all, it's Kat. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a What's for Dinner, the full course. You asked for it and I've brought you another one. I've got your appetizer, your entree, and your dessert. And I made every bit of this with the kiddos in mind. So here's your kid-friendly What's for Dinner. So when your hamburger, your turkey, or your chicken, whatever you decide to use is browned, you're going to add 1 pack of any taco seasoning you like. I'm using Great Value because y'all know I love Great Value. Now, we're going to use a can of either rotel or, again, the Great Value with the green chilies. And we're going to put the whole can in, juice and all. Now I'm going to put in the tomatoes and the Vidalia that I chopped up. And the green onions. Now, if there's anything that your kids don't like, you can omit it or you can add something else. It's very versatile. So I'm going to stir all that in together. This is like a food of love thing. So what I do is I brown the ground beef or any kind of meat, like I said, that you want to use. And then I turn the heat down to medium-low while my pasta cooks. And I'm using small shells because they're kid-friendly. Kids like shells. But you can use elbow macaroni. Any small pasta is going to work just fine. This is basically a homemade taco hamburger helper is what this is. So we're going to get this all stirred in together. I'm going to add a little bit of chicken broth just to where it almost comes to the top, and then let it simmer down. And then as soon as the noodles are done, I'll add those. And then the final steps are really easy. But it already smells amazing. Alright, so I'm going to add my chicken broth. See where we're at here. You can also use beef. Either one works just fine. I just happen to have the chicken. Aren't those colors pretty? It is another cloudy, overcast, drizzly kind of day on the coast here, so light's not perfect, but you can see how pretty that is. Alright, that's plenty right there. And then what little bit I've got left over here, I'm going to keep to the side in case it cooks down too fast on me. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so as soon as it starts to come back up a little bit to temperature, starts to warm back up, I add the olives. Get in there. Just give it a stir. Keep it on that medium-low heat. We'll kick it back up to medium-high, maybe here in just a few. Right there, let it come back up. And it's perfect, y'all. All right, now I'm gonna cut just a few things for garnishes. We're gonna add to the top of it, we're gonna add some more of the green onion, just the pretty tops. I'm gonna slice just a few of those. And put all the garnishes that I'm putting on top on one little plate, so they're all right at, you know, right at hand's reach here. I'm trying to find my words. All right, now I've got a lime. Give that a roll. Get the juices flowing. Take the sticker off. Let me wash it off. Give it a roll one more time. Yeah, that's a juicy lime. Just slice it up. This will go on the plate when I plate it. If your kids don't like lime, you can always, I hate to say trick them, but you can put the lime juice in the pan with it and they'll never know, and it'll brighten it up. Or if they like it and they like to squeeze it, just put it on the side so they can, you know, like interactive food. That's how I see it. Okay. Put that on there. Have that. And then a little cilantro. I'm just going to give it a rough chop. You can use as much cilantro as you like or none at all. I know a lot of people don't like it, and that's fine. But just a rough chop. Put it on the plate. Just like that. And then just a few olives, actually just cut in half, because they're just going to sit on top. Make it pretty. And there you have it. Now I'm going to get my cheese grated. Okay, so as you can see, it has rendered down quite a bit. It's getting a little bit thicker. It is really hot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add half a stick, half a block, I guess, of cream cheese. And you can cut that up if you want. I just kind of like watching it melt. And get it all incorporated in there. Oh, that is some yummy goodness. Melody loved this when she was a kid. I couldn't put the black olives in it then because she wouldn't eat them, but we had this quite a bit when she was little. See how it just starts to melt? It's just so hot, it doesn't last but a second. Sorry if I steam you up. I'm really cooking, y'all. Okay, so you can see how the color has changed, and that's perfectly fine. It's just, it's going to change when you add cream cheese to a tomato-based dish. All right, I'm going to add about half of that cheddar cheese that I grated. That was an 8-ounce block, and the recipe will be down below. I'm having the worst trouble talking today. All right, so about half of that, and we're just going to stir that in too. Make sure you get the stuff off the sides. That's the good stuff. Alright. Now I used about half of that box of small shells. It was a 1-pound box, so about roughly half a pound. Oh! I lost one! I will never find that. Alright. There we go. And we're just going to fold it in together. See, it's basically homemade Hamburger Helper. but in my opinion, 100 times better. Okay, so I have it all incorporated. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit where you guys can see it. It's all incorporated. Now, I'm gonna add the rest of that cheese just to the top. Just like so. And then I'm gonna come in with some of that cilantro. Remember, you can omit the cilantro if the kiddos don't like it, or if you don't like it, you can omit it. You can omit anything that's in it, really, and then you can actually make it your own and add whatever you want to. All right, some of those green onions right on top. And then just a few black olives. Just like that. Now I'm not going to stir it again. I'm just going to let it sit until I get everything together for dinner and just let it melt. That is so good. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I put together my little nacho cups. Just get the Frito brand or any brand. I actually use Great Value tortilla cups. And then this is an idea from Tina Scott. She is a subscriber of mine and Mrs. Dickinson's. And she gave me this idea. So what I've got here is half a can of refried beans. I'm going to add a little bit of salsa to that. This was her idea. Want to give her credit for it. She said it kind of kicks up the refried beans. So there we go. I'm going to give that a stir. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it. Now, I'm really inclined to lick that spoon, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to fill these cups like so. These can actually be a side dish. They can be an appetizer. You can use them for parties. It's entirely up to you. I put just a touch of the refried beans in the tortilla bowl. Then just a little bit of jarred nacho cheese. Whatever kind you like. I use Great Value and I use Food Lion brand. I use Tostitos. It just really depends on which one's cheapest at the moment. So then you got a layer of beans and a layer of cheese. And then I just come in and put an olive right on top. Little nacho cups, just like that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these done so we can eat them. Yummy, yummy. Like I said, perfect as an appetizer. Make sure you make them right before you get ready to eat because the chips will get soggy. Also great as a side dish. Doesn't get any better than that. Okay, so for dessert, we're going to do some kicked up brownies from a box. Kids love to make brownies. So definitely just get them in here. Get them in the kitchen and get them going. Let them help you make these. But peanut butter brownies are amazing. They really are. Especially with, see them in the corner? Tamara, look what I got. Yeah, those are amazing. So I'm going to start by making the brownies just to package directions. I'm going to break up all the lumps. Then we're going to add in 2 eggs, because that's what it calls for. And then it calls for 1/2 cup of oil. It says vegetable oil. I use canola. You can use vegetable, it's perfectly fine. And then it calls for 3 tablespoons of water. So, whoop, oven's ready for the brownies. Let's get this all mixed together. I'm going to put it in an 8x8 pan that I have already sprayed. And let's get it in the oven. Brownies are out of the oven. What I've got is half a cup of creamy peanut butter. And I'm going to add roughly half a container of chocolate icing, just regular store-bought cake icing. I'm going to add that in and get it mixed in really good. Just like that. Now you can heat this and pour it on if you want to, but I just kind of ice it. And I stop when it's just kind of swirled together. Just like that. Okay, so the brownies have cooled by about half their temperature. You can see I can kind of touch the pan. I'm going to put the icing right on the brownies. And it may melt some, but that's, trust me, that's okay. We're going to put that on there. Just like that. We're just going to ice it all over, making sure we try to get it on every inch of that brownie. Okay, so it's iced just the way I want it. Now, I'm going to come in with some of those peanut butter chips. No measurement, just as many as you want on there. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of mini chocolate chips. Just like so. And then the only thing left to do is just set it on the table, leave it on the counter, wherever you want to put it, and let it finish cooling completely. Woo! We lost a chip. And then cut it. And that's it. The kids are going to love it. The sprinkling is going to be their favorite part. Now that is an easy meal, and I promise you the kiddos and the adults are going to love it. See how it just comes together? That's an amazing pasta. And don't forget that guy. You might need a fork for that one. Alright, y'all, if you enjoyed this video today, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, y'all, and God bless.